In a prior video, we shared the first part of the transfer task routine, introducing the task. In this video, we'll look at the next part of the transfer task routine, which is supporting students during the task. What if I told you collaborating and using resources aren't cheating during a transfer task? They are actually productive and powerful strategies. In OpenSciEd, we know we need assessments to show what students know and can do, but we also want assessments to look like instruction. Active, collaborative, sense-making driven. Therefore, we need ways for students to tap into their resources and each other even during assessment. You might be thinking, collaboration is for learning, not assessment. Or, I need information about individual students. I won't get that if they're working together. Here's the thing. Assessment information isn't only about what's written on the page. It's about how thinking grows, revises, and shows up in multiple ways. Here are some key strategies to consider. 1. Plan specific collaboration moments. 2. Use collaboration when students get stuck. And 3. Encourage resource use. First, you can plan ahead for collaboration. Split the task into collaborative and independent parts. Maybe students brainstorm together first and then complete final responses individually. Or have students do the first transfer task of the year collaboratively and shift to adding in more independence over time as students gain experience transferring their knowledge to new contexts. Another move you can use is to pause if students get stuck. You can invite them to discuss that question with a partner or small group, then go back and revise their thinking individually. Or try a gallery walk where students see what others are trying and then go back and improve their own work. You can also call a quick scientist circle, a 5-minute whole class chat on a hard question, and then send them back to work. Let's hear from some students reflecting on their experience collaborating during an OpenSciEd transfer task.
I noticed that people were struggling with
on this first question
with that one. So what should teachers do, or what can teachers do if they notice that students are struggling with a question that might help them move forward with the assessment?
I think hearing what other people have to say about it, like what they know, because you might not know something that other people know. So have them talk it over and figure out what they need to figure out.
And can you say more about how we addressed that in our classroom?
So we went over the question. You asked us, what do you think? And then we all raised our hands, and then we kind of sort of like, not debated it, but like I disagreed with some people, they disagreed with me, and then we came to a conclusion that this is the answer.
And how did you guys do that? How did you come to like a conclusion, a consensus? Because you just said there was some disagreement. How did you work that out with your group?
We used our binders to figure out like what we supported our reasonings for why we thought what we thought, and then we came down to maybe we were both wrong or one of us was right, one of us wasn't, but yeah, we just came down to a conclusion from what we already know.
And after you guys discussed and everything and you got your assessment back, how did you address, what did you do next after we went through that routine?
I went over it, saw what I did wrong, thought about what we already talked about, and then I did what I had to do. Yep.
And again, is that like cheating? Is that making it too obvious?
I don't think it's cheating. I think it's a way you're learning, you know? That's what you have to do sometimes. You just gotta learn new things.
The next key strategy is encourage resource use. Resources are supports, not answers. Encourage students to check their notebooks, revisit the word wall, look at past models. You yourself are also a good resource and can offer encouragement and ask good questions without giving away the answers. Don't be afraid to offer multiple ways for students to respond. Allow students to talk, use speech to text, record audio, or write and speak in their home language. Whatever helps make their thinking visible. Here are some OpenSciEd students talking about their experience using resources during assessment.
We were able to actually look in our notebooks, because some teachers usually don't let us look at our notes, but being able to visually look at our notes helps me remember, oh yeah, I remember this, and apply it to our test.
Is there anything else in class that you were able to use during the test?
Yeah, like what I said, I really like the models and all that stuff, and also we have these I forgot what they're called, just the keywords, the word wall.
The word wall?
Yeah. I really like them because we could actually use them in our tests, some people forget what they they say, like what they're called, like for example, like villi, like what is that called? So I think that really also helps us.
When we support collaboration, resource use, and multiple ways of thinking during transfer tasks, assessments become more than a score. It becomes a moment of growth. So as you head into your next transfer task, don't step back. Lean in, listen, encourage, nudge students toward their resources. Create the kind of space where thinking keeps moving, even during assessment.